In the FPV hobby, there are a few options when choosing cameras, onboard DVR, and other things, but there's only really two options when transmitting a signal: analog or digital, inexpensive or expensive. What if there was a third choice, something semi-expensive that sends out a digital signal which can be used by your inexpensive $100 analog goggles? This video is brought to you by GetFPV and CADX, who both offer to have the digital system of HD0 and Walksnail Avatar respectively be the selected product for this prototype. As soon as I reach 1,000 subscribers, and I'm only missing a couple. So if you'd like HD0 to be the winning system, you can subscribe now, but if you wait 10 seconds to subscribe, your boat will be counted towards the Walksnail system. If you wait until the end of the video to subscribe or don't subscribe at all, your boat goes to DJI. No take backsies. A pure analog transmission system just sends the feed out. That's what's generally considered an analog drone. That's what's on this 3-inch Golden Martian. One step above that is this AKK VTX DVR combination, which stores the same feed that is being sent into an SD card for use later. This doesn't give you any better quality, but gives you what the camera sees without any of the analog transmission breakup, which is great if you want to show someone what the drone's camera actually saw. Above that is this Hawkeye digital system, which I am installing on this 5-inch. This device takes the digital 4K feeds, stores it into an SD card, and then transmits the information through the same analog connection, allowing you to see it on the analog goggles. So you'll see comparable systems on the market from Runcam, for example, in the Split series. Above that are the digital systems. These can often record on board as well as transmit using digital systems, which have less breakup but require expensive digital goggles. If you notice, there's nothing in between, and the jump to digital usually means there's a complete overhaul of your drone and your goggles. On the goggles side, Walksnail is compatible with the Recon HD goggles at $280, but you have to like box goggles and be willing to e-waste your previous goggles or pay $560 for the Walksnail Avatar goggles. On the alternative side, HD0 goggles are coming out soon for $600. On the DJI side, you can spend $429 now and get the goggles B2, or pay around $650 for the goggles 2. On the drone side, the Avatar VTX kit will cost you around $160. HD0 kits are available for around $100, and the older DJI Air units are available for around $160 from Runcam and others. As an added cost, your digital goggles are not capable of picking up analog signals, so budgeting in around $50 for an analog receiver, and all adds up to an expensive cost even if you're just upgrading one drone. If I wanted to upgrade this 3-inch quad to digital, my cost in every system but balloon, but mostly it's the goggles. If there was a way to use my inexpensive analog goggles with the digital systems, it would be nice to upgrade one at a time, piecemeal. Luckily, I think I have found a way, and it's due to a past video. In the simulator video with analog goggles, I pointed out that the HDMI to RCA adapter I had used had a maximum input of 1080p, and both the Avatar and HD0 have BRX modules which are available for sale and output 1080p and 720p respectively. Instead of spending $600 on goggles, it is possible to buy the Avatar VRX pre-order with a single camera for $239 to $279 and have a fully digital drone with your existing analog goggles. You can then extract the VTX from your drone, buy that HDMI to RCA adapter board, and take the HDMI output to the board into the analog VTX at 25 milliwatts so your analog goggles can pick up the signal. If you're going for minimum latency, I would recommend the HD0 system instead, because that extra 720p to 1080p quality would be wasted on analog goggles, especially inexpensive ones. But you're already going into $300 to $400 at this point. However, it would allow you to continue using whatever goggles you already own. As additional positives, you would get digital breakup instead of analog breakup, and it would act as audience mode for analog, so your existing analog friends can see the same feed you're seeing while you're flying in crisp, unbroken 480p. However, there are some downsides here. This will certainly have more latency than analog, even if using HD0, because the digital to analog conversion and retransmission is not free. Additionally, your drone is going to be heavier and even more expensive as you're adding more fragile digital components. So if you're the type of person looking for minimum weight, or your drone keeps crashing into things by itself, it may not be the best idea. I don't have any closing comments here, so if you'd like me to do this with DJI, this is the time to subscribe. I'll definitely buy some DJI goggles at 100,000 subscribers and do this because their BRX doesn't exist.